distinguish three stages in any economic crisis: the core of the problem, the mechanism of propagation and magnification, and the answers to the crisis. Let's compare 2008 crisis versus Covid-19 crisis. The core of the problem is very different. In 2008, the core of the problem was the collapse of the financial system, or in countries like Spain, it was the collapse of the construction sector. The Covid-19 crisis was due to a health problem, a pandemic. Consequently, part of the economic activity had to stop. The mechanism of propagation and magnification is quite similar. Companies directly affected by the pandemic cannot produce and doesn't receive revenues. Then, some liquidity problems arise. Companies cannot pay banks and other companies. Consequently, companies have to fire workers and unemployment increases. This generates pessimism about the future economic situation and reduces new investment. Moreover, there is an additional magnification mechanism in the current crisis. There exists a huge interdependence among companies, not only national companies but also international companies. If one company cannot produce due to the pandemic, this affects other companies from the same production line due to the scarcity of inputs or intermediate goods. Concerning the answer to the crisis, it is too early to compare both crises, because unfortunately COVID-19 crisis is not over. In 2008, some countries like Spain applied expansionary fiscal policy, that is, more public expenditure. This increased the public debt GDP ratio and generated a public debt crisis. In May 2010, the European Council, the leaders of the EU countries, decided to carry out risky operations. Some countries, Greece, Ireland, Portugal, Spain and Cyprus, received loans under conditions set. For the current crisis, it is very important to reduce uncertainty. To do that, governments have to communicate policy intentions conditional on pandemic dynamics. The European Council has agreed on a package of 750 billion euros to help countries' economic recovery. Countries that receive the funds have to fulfill some conditions that will be monitored by the European Commission.